You're listening to the Sports Cycle on 105.1 Live. I'm Tim McCain, your host, and today we have a very, very special guest. We have Calvin Dante Dickerson. This man, he is a multi-Golden Glove champion. He has a heart of gold. He's a motivational. I consider you a motivational speaker from the stuff that you put on Facebook, man. You really are somebody who people can inspire and listen to. I interviewed you probably about 2 years ago, and the one thing that I noticed about you was just like your passion, your drive. Where did that come from?
I think like my passion, like what really inspired me to be the best at what I do is my life. You know, where I come from, and you know the people. Like my mom, you know, and like the people that I encounter, man. Like, so you got a lot of guys, man. That you know they do things, you know, just to say that they do it, man. But everything I do, man, I do it with purpose. So, boxing, man, is something that you know I take really, really serious. I don't just want to say that I'm a boxer or I'm a professional fighter, man. Like I'm doing this, man, because I'm going to become world champion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you fight at 168. So
Yes, sir.
last time I asked you. Who were some of your dream matchup for 168? Who are some of the major guys that you want to fight in the future right now, currently at 168?
Well, man, honestly, man, I'm not really big on calling people out, man, but I will say, man, when it's my time, it's my time. So whoever's there when I get there, man, then, you know, when the rubber meets the road, man, I'll be ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I did some research on Pritchard Cullen. You told me about him.
Yeah.
And I did also some digging in Terrell Williams. You know, boxing can be a dangerous sport.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to the health as a fighter, like how do you see it when it comes to when you see another man fighting with you and he's doing something illegal, how would you handle something like that? Like I know Pritchard, he got him with a low blow, and then Terrell hit him with a couple of, you know, hits to the back of the head. Yeah. How would you handle somebody throwing cheap shots at you?
Like in a fight or in a sparring? Oh, in a fight.
In a real fight.
At first, me, I warn him first. If it happens a second time, I warn the ref. If it happens a third time, then, you know, it may go left if I don't get disqualified. You know, it may go left if I don't get disqualified. But usually, like if I warn somebody if it hit me in the back of the head or hit me too low, you know, you usually warn them once, you know, maybe twice, then, you know, it doesn't happen anymore. Because, like, after a certain amount of time, like, after so many low blows or hits behind the head or illegal shots, then the ref will start taking points. And right. I know a lot of guys that don't want to lose a fight, or you know, for you know, giving like, illegal blows.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got you. So, being somebody who's about to turn professional in November,
yes, sir.
Can you tell our audience what is it like? I mean, what's the process like from being in the sport for 11 years? What is the process like, the grind like as an amateur?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like when I first started out, man, watching it on TV, like a lot of people, man, they have their own opinions, you know, about boxing, but you know, watching it on TV versus like actually doing it, man, like it's two totally different things. Like people can say what they want to about fighters, man. Some guys got knocked out or this, that, and the third. Man, it takes a lot of guts to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, when I first started, man, I kid you not, I'm going on record, like I used to get beat up, you know, but I was learning, you know what I'm saying? So, like a lot of times when I would leave, like I would take, you know, bad days, I would take my off days a little bit personal rather than a learning lesson. But once I started, you know, transitioning, you know, my off days and, you know, really learning from them, man, that's when my skills started to elevate. Like I stopped taking everything so personal, you know what I'm saying? Like I started trusting more in the process, man. And you know, even though like I watched like Floyd Mayweather and all of those guys, man, I realized that like all of this stuff was a process. This right here, man, like it's like this 10, almost 11 years, man, it's been a process. You know, mentally I'm ready, physically I'm ready, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, honestly, man, like this whole thing, man, it's you know, it's been tough, man, but it's been worth it. Like if I can go back, you know, I wouldn't change anything, you know, because I mean, everything that I went through, you know, as a fighter, man, you know, inside and outside of the ring, even, you know, everything I learned inside of the ring, man, it just, you know, it taught me so much about life. So I wouldn't take none of the bad experience. I wouldn't change the bad experience because it made me, you know, who I am, you know, at this present moment.
What did boxing teach you about life?
Man, when your back is up against the wall, you got a choice whether to fight back, man, or quit, or find a way. If you get in crunchy situations, you got a choice to throw the towel in, or you can, figure it out, relax, and find a way.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
what
sir.
it taught me.
Yes, sir. So, what would you say your style of fighting is like?
Everybody tell me I got a pro style. I'm really sneaky.
Okay.
Like as the rounds going, my coach will tell you, man, as the rounds going, I get stronger as the rounds going. You got some guys, man, like first, second, third round, man, they giving it everything they got. Like we call that front runners.
Okay.
But like me, man, like when I'm in like tip top shape and dog shape, like right now,
yeah,
like I get stronger as the rounds go on. I'm really calm, really relaxed, man. I land almost every single punch that I throw. I got a really, really high accuracy rate.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because in the amateurs, man, like you got to understand. So if you take Floyd Mayweather right now and you put him in the ring with the top amateur boxer in the world, Floyd Mayweather lose a fight in 3 rounds, and you give him 3 rounds, he'll lose a fight, because in the amateurs it's like a totally different, like the score is totally different than the pros. You got the amateurs where like you just throwing a lot of punches.
Yeah.
In the pros, man, they watch aggression, they watch, shots landed, every single thing, but in the amateurs, man, you just have to, like, you can go forward no matter how your style is. Just as long as you let your hands go, you'll win the fight easy.
Okay, so like you said, they judge things differently from amateur to pro.
Yeah.
And you're turning professional in November.
Yeah.
Have you trained yourself physically for the process of like knowing that judges are going to look at things differently?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like my coach gets on me about that all the time. Even like when I'm sparring, man. Like little stuff that I let, like whoever I'm working with, whether it's my brother, one of my teammates, I don't try to get in there and knock them out, but the things that, the judge will see on the outside of the ring, like my coach is like the judge on the outside of the ring, so he see a lot of things that I don't, really pay attention to. So that's how really I'm able to sharpen my tools and, kind of just, put all that stuff in the dirt, man, even before I get to the next level, because coach, like I said, coach is like my eyes outside the ring.
I got you. What's the toughest opponent that you've ever had to face? Who is he, and what was that mindset like?
I fought this guy twice. I tell people this story all the time. I fought him twice, man. His name was Jacob Dillard.
Okay.
Like, man, he was like a country kid, man, like thick neck, man. So I fought him out in I think it was Fayetteville. I fought him out in Fayetteville, man, and the fight could have went, either way. But I still feel like I won the fight. I ended up winning the outstanding boxer. And it was another trophy for actually like winning the fight. And so I seen him like a few months later, and he was saying, man, yeah, that was a good fight, man. Like out of everybody in there, like you and I really put on a good show. And I'm like, yeah, man, it was alright or whatever. But he was like, man, but I feel like the fight could have really went either way. Honestly, man, I feel like I won the fight. I was like, okay. I was like, do you got anything on the table now? He was like, no. He was like, no, I don't have anything on the table right now. So, we kind of, because we was at an event, we was already at an event, and I was working, one of my teammates' corners. So we really didn't fight like right off the bat, but a few months went by and there was a show coming up, and it was in January 2016. And I had a guy that I was originally supposed to fight. It was a Puerto Rican guy, but I ended up sparring him like a month before, and he pulled out of the fight.
Wow.
So maybe like 2 weeks up until I think it was January 30th, maybe like 2 weeks before, we had got a name, and it was Jacob Dillard. So we ended up meeting up, man, and I kind of took it personal. Like some things I take personal, especially when I know that I'm on the next level. I'm on a totally different level than a lot of the guys I get in there with. So we ended up fighting, man. I broke his nose at the end of the first round, man, and they stopped it in the second round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So what do you take from both your wins and your losses?
Oh man, I appreciate my losses a lot more than I do my wins. With my coach, man, like a really good coach is not gonna tell you everything you do right. He only tells you what you do wrong. So a lot of my bad habits, coach always talks to me about my bad habits rather than everything that I do good. I mean, you may hear like, ooh,
yeah,
but that's what I'm good at. What am I not good at? What do I need to work on? You know what I'm saying? But what was your question again?
No, That you're answering it.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
answering it.
yeah, man. But my wins, man, like I don't like nobody wants to lose. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like you don't really learn nothing from. You don't really learn
don't learn
a lot
anything from your
from.
wins.
You don't really learn a lot from wins. I mean, of course, you know you
Yeah.
appreciate the wins. You know you want to work harder. Like a lot of my wins, you know it makes me work harder. That's what I get out of that. But my losses is where you know I really learn. You know where I make my mistakes, fix those mistakes, and then move forward.
So your wins help build your ego. Your losses help you with humility.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, like you were saying earlier, you're always in shape. Are you like? What is that process like? Being a fighter who's always in shape, kind of like Floyd Mayweather, who like diet wise, exercise wise. Why is it better to stay in shape than for when you see a lot of other fighters potentially not stay in shape?
Cause man, it's better to stay ready than have to get ready, man. Like so, my coach he can give us a date. He can give me a date like tomorrow, and I'll be ready.
Wow.
You know, like a lot of people, man, spend so much time preparing like getting themselves in shape rather than actually being in shape already and actually working on the things that they need to work on. If that makes sense.
Got you. So who are some of the fighters in the past or currently that inspire you?
Andre Ward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Andre SOG Ward, man. Not only is he a great fighter, you know, he was a gold medalist.
Yes, sir.
He's a great man inside and outside the ring. He's a family man. He loves Christ. That's what I really love about it. He puts Christ forefront, you know, before anything else.
Yes, sir. So how does faith impact you in boxing and in life?
How does faith? Because man, like you never like faith, man. You know, it's something that you cannot see. You know, I can't see myself. Like I can't like as hard as I work. You know, like before a fight. As hard as I work before a fight, man. Like sometimes hard work really doesn't guarantee you, you know, results. But you know, faith, man. Like I trust in God. You know, and I trust in my ability to perform. You know, that's really how faith, you know, really gets me, you know, where I need to be inside the ring, also outside of the ring, man. I just believe, man. I just believe in all areas of my life that I need to. I believe.
Yes, sir. So, what are your keys to like greatness? What would you say, like because you're a motivational speaker too. I see you as one. Like if you're talking to a kid and he wants to be great at something, whether it be boxing or anything, what would you tell him?
Great man, being great man of greatness really, man, it's not nothing. It's I really don't feel like it's anything like extraordinary, man. It's just like, you know, mastering the small things in life. You know, the really small thing. Like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to become. It's not, you know, it's really not a rocket scientist. But if you work on it every single day, day in and day out, you know, you give it 110%. I mean, you know, greatness is on the other side of that, man. But a lot of people can't get past, you know, procrastination. They can't get past, you know, fear, doubt. That's what keeps a lot of people. That's the gap that holds people, you know, people from achieving their greatness.
Yes,
so
sir.
what I would tell anybody, man, even you guys, what I would tell any kids or anybody, man, just whatever you do, man, you know, do it well. Don't have tell it. You know, give it everything you got, 100%. Day in and day out, man. No matter how you feel, you know, a lot of people lose commitment, man, when their conditions change. But when you don't lose a commitment, man, just because the condition changed, that builds character. Wow. You know, it's character when it comes to greatness, man. Like you need character in order to sustain your greatness.
Yes, sir. So I interviewed Kenny Williams last week, and the first thing I want to do is I want to commend Kenny. Because what he's doing with the Pride Boxing,
that's my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How does Kenny inspire you, and how did he inspire you when you guys first met?
Oh man, I coach don't know, man. But I sit and watch him, man, as a father, man, as a husband, man. Like he inspires me, like greater than what he could ever imagine. You know, he inspires me, man. Like his belief, not only in us, man, but just just overall, man. Like coach has a gift, man, of speaking. Like the gym that we're in now, like from where we started to where we are now, you know, the gym that, man, coach just believed. You know, he had faith that God would put us in a position, you know, that we need. That God would put us in a position where we needed, so that we could, you know, operate at a decent level. And you know, by just coach believing, man, and just, you know, keeping his head down, man, and grinding, man, just pushing us, man. Even when he didn't have nobody pushing him. He always pushes, gave us 100%, to get to the next level, man. Because coach believes, man. Like the coach has been there for me, man, through like some of the hardest times of my life. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I came down, coach was actually going through a little something, but we had never known until he told us. You know what I'm saying? So coach is a really strong man, as a coach, man, as a father and as a husband. So he inspired me in each and every way, that I can even think about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to get into this. Who are your top 5 boxers of all time that you've seen or in the past that you haven't seen? Who would your top 5 boxers be? Any era.
Andre Ward.
Number 1?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali. Caleb Plant.
Whoa. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why Caleb Plant?
Cause, man, he's
nice.
Yeah, he is.
Top 5. Okay.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb Plant, and there's another guy. His name is I was watching him a few weeks ago. His name is he's a Russian guy. I forgot his name. But he's a Russian guy.
Okay.
So he's an animal. It was one guy from Floyd Mayweather gym. He was like he sparred the guy that I'm talking about, the Russian guy. He was like he sparred him. He was like, man, he was hit by a car when he was like 9 years old. He was like, when he sparred him, he was like, that was the worst experience in his life. It felt like he got hit by a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to top 5 boxers right now, I think Vasily
Lomachenko. Oh, yeah, him too.
High Tech is like, to me, and there's a lot of great fighters. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. But Vasily, to me, he's got that Floyd Mayweather ability.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. You can thank his dad for that, like, cause I watched Vasily Lomachenko last week and how he trains. Like his dad put him in like every single kind of dance class that you can name, like that you got to use your feet and everything. Like his dad was a genius. And if you see Vasily Lomachenko, his dad hardly don't say 2 words.
Wow.
He may hug or kiss him after the fight, but that's about it. His dad is a genius.
Interesting. So you say like he's taking dance classes. Do you take any dance classes or like?
Not yet. I have a friend of mine that she's actually a dancer. She's gonna teach. She's gonna help me incorporate like some dance moves in my in my training.
So what kind of other training moves would you need as a boxer that you currently are doing or will want to do in the future, including dancing?
I talked to a buddy of mine. His name is Trevor. He's actually an MMA fighter, and he had talked to me about like we was talking to each other about like grappling on the inside, like grabbing on the inside,
okay,
and, because
clinching,
like clinches, and being able to maneuver and then still get off a shot.
I got you, man. You know what? That is very important because me and Tamani, we actually went to a Trifecta Fight Club event, and we noticed how like a lot of the amateurs, they're just swinging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like, it's interesting. Like, so for you as an amateur, when you first started fighting, were you throwing haymakers, or like when did it take? How long did it take you to like learn how to pace yourself? Learn, because a lot of these young fighters, they're just throwing haymakers.
Well, my first fight, man, I like my nerves was like all over the place. So you gotta think about it, like every guy, when they get their first fight, they always ask me, man, Cal, how was your first fight, man? You in a war with your feelings more than you want to fight, like you really worried about like not getting knocked out in front of all these people and trying to get your breathing under control and everything, man. But honestly, your first fight, man, you just want to go ahead and get that out the way. Yeah. When I started finding my rhythm, I think I was like my fifth or sixth fight maybe. Like I catch on really quick, But like once I realized, man, that like when I started slowing down, and pacing myself, man, and actually seeing the shot, not rushing it, relaxing a little bit. Even though it's the amateurs, man, I'm a lot more dangerous when I'm relaxed. But when I'm tense, my coach will tell you, when I'm tense up, like trying to knock you out, like, man, it's like I get tired, like I'll exhaust myself, like, and I'll let go, opportunities that I could have executed by just relaxing and seeing the shot.
Interesting. So what if you were to face a new opponent who had that punching power, but he had those same nerves? So you're relaxed,
Yeah.
but he's coming in and he's just throwing haymakers.
Yeah, man.
How do you handle that when
man,
all he's
you just
doing
got-
is
you
just
got-
on you?
Yeah, man, you just gotta with those guys, man. You just gotta stay calm, man. You gotta stay relaxed, man, and catch it and roll your shots, like
Okay.
man, because a lot of guys they try to knock you out. They ain't really looking. Sometimes, a lot of times they got their head down, swinging really wide, man. But
Okay.
you know, if you're smart, man, you just want to stay in the pocket. You know, if you don't have to run all over the place. You know, stay in the pocket, keep your chin down. If you don't want to get clipped with a good
Yeah.
shot, keep your chin down, keep it tight, catch it, and roll the shot. And after a while, man, a lot of guys ain't gonna be able to, you know.
Last.
Yeah.
Facts. So like, what are some of your favorite defensive moves with like someone who's like super aggressive? The shoulder roll. Do you ever impact the shoulder
Yeah,
roll?
I will. A lot of times, man, or I can't tell you all my shots now, but like a lot of times, man, like I throw a jab, man, just to get him to react. So if you throw a jab at a guy that you know that like he reacts to every single thing you do, you jump at him, you feint.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite punch is throw the jab, and the first thing they may do is throw the jab back, and all I gotta do is slip on the outside of the shoulder, catch with an uppercut. Boom.
Ooh. So that's your secret weapon.
That's
one of them. That's one of them.
That's one of them.
You got several of them.
Oh man, yeah.
You got several of them.
Yeah.
So like, what are your favorite moves? Like the right cross, the left hook, like uppercut. Like what's one of your favorite moves?
The uppercut, left foot, and go down to the body, touch the liver.
Word.
It usually put a lot of people down. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So, I always ask this question. Okay, the question is MMA versus boxing. I always do it. So, like, what are some of the key differences, and why would someone who is interested in both sports, why would you recommend them to choose boxing over mixed martial arts?
I mean, you know, discipline-wise, you know, for boxing, I think like if they want like discipline, because again, like boxing has taught me like discipline, like outside of the ring, in other areas of my life, you know. But like if you just want to like use your whole body as a weapon, I would recommend MMA. But if you want to strictly just, you know, just box, you know, I would let them know up front. Usually you'll know when somebody is really serious about, you know, the sport of boxing. Man, if they come in the gym, you know, get banged up real bad, like whether they come back or not. A lot of people like 1 out of maybe 15 people come back. 1 or 2 out of 15 people may come back. So honestly, man, like you know, like I can give them like the most advice, you know, being a fighter, man. But you know, they don't have the heart. Your heart is not in it. That's with anything. If your heart is not in it, man, you're not gonna stick.
Yeah. You're right. So you always see a lot of fighters. They kind of like go and they kind of combine sports. Some boxers they go into mixed martial arts. Some mixed martial arts guys go into boxing. What do you think of that?
Man, that's it. Honestly, man, I'm gonna use what was those two YouTubers that?
Oh, Logan Paul and KSI.
Man, that was a disgrace to boxing. So you gotta think about it. Like me and other guys has been working their tails off for like 10, 15 years. And you know, still haven't got an opportunity like that, and for them to like over the internet, you know, for them to just do that, man, and then get what somebody that's been working 10, 15 years hadn't even got, man, like that's like a total disgrace to boxing.
I feel you. I respect that. And you know, Logan Paul is gonna try to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Man, he smash, man.
Smash. And then I think Manny Pacquiao is gonna fight Conor McGregor.
He's gonna kill him.
He's gonna kill him.
He's gonna kill him.
He's
man.
I can't wait to see that.
He's
man.
gonna do him worse than Floyd did. I heard a few guys, man. They said when they sparred with Manny Pacquiao, I felt like bricks were getting thrown at him.
I like that.
Yeah.
Manny was my guy. Floyd's number 1 in my book, the greatest fighter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But Manny is number 2.
Oh yeah.
SOG's number 3. Respect SOG.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So hey man, where can people follow you on social media and etc.?
Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. My boxing page is Wiseman_boxing. My regular page is Cal.Dante _2023. Those are my 2 Instagrams, and my Facebook is Calvin Dante, CALVIN Dante DONTE.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for
Yes,
coming
sir. No
on,
problem,
brother.
man. Thank you for having
me,
man.
Follow this man. He is the future.
Yes, sir. Let's go, champ.
All right. You're listening to 105 One Live. Peace, family.